Men out there, that you are living in a woman's world when she has imaginary, made up expectations in her head, because that's the problem here, is that she expected him to spend $400 or $500 on her because she spent that on him. It was never about the thought that counts. It was never about, oh, like, what kind of consideration is he going to put into her gift? It was simply self-motivating. It is her expectation brought on herself, expecting him to reciprocate the same amount of energy, which in this case, energy is short for money. And when he didn't do that, she turned around and gave him the silent treatment. Which brings me to my second point, is if women are such amazing, fantastic communicators, then why is it necessary for you to give this man the silent treatment? Because of your expectations being unrealistic and imaginary. And if y'all are such great communicators, then why wasn't it communicated to this man the expectation on cost, budget? What is the expectation for Christmas? How much are you spending on each other, etc., etc. And that is why relationships are so skewed and up, is because this is how women go through the majority of their relationships, expecting all of this extra to be reciprocated, but it's not reciprocated because it's not realistic. And it's not realistic because, he got her the butter dish, and in his mind, he recognizes, he actually sees her cooking and realizes, when she cooks, she needs something for the butter, right? He actually takes the time to see, this is something that she needs. It's practical. And he didn't put a dollar number on it because in his mind, it's something that she needed, and it was thoughtful. And to her, it's not thoughtful because she's putting a price tag on it. Call it what it is. She's unhappy because he didn't spend the same amount of money on her. And let's be so for real. If the roles were reversed and she got him what's considered a gift, because that's the implication here, there would be women in the comments at least you tried, queen. It's the thought that counts, queen. You did the best you could. Oh, he got what he deserved. And then if he followed it up with the silent treatment and no communication, y'all would be in her comments talking about what a man-child. Oh, he's so ungrateful. Oh, she went out of his way for him. Blah, blah, blah. Validating, this woman who freaking sucks. And let this be a reminder to all of the men out there. I can't stress it enough that there are women out here that it doesn't matter what you buy them. It doesn't matter the thought behind it. It doesn't matter how much you considered her at any point in the relationship. If it doesn't match the same energy, aka money and value in her brain, she's not going to like it because it's selfish. He could have used his last dollar to buy her that butter tray, and y'all would still be up in the comments talking about, oh, he could have done better. Oh, he didn't care about you. Oh, why are you with this man? Oh, he sucks. Even if it's his last dollar, imagine that man had $15 left in his pocket and he decided to spend it on her. Y'all would still roast the out of him. And I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. Let this be your actual reminder that women live in a world of delusion and an imaginary world where they want you to meet these imaginary expectations. And when you don't, they're going to get on the internet and treat you to get validated because they feel better validated than actually working on it with you in a relationship and talking it out with you. She's going to drag you on the internet and then wonder why next year she gets nothing in a stocking and she gets nothing for Christmas. Okay, bye.
Didn't a man this, didn't a man that. Man. Let's just blame man and take no accountability because it's a man's fault.
But didn't a man make you a single mother? Didn't he leave you with a broken home? Didn't a man leave you high and dry with those babies? No, actually, no. Nobody made me anything. See, that is what I find to be so interesting. The idea that anything that has happened to me is automatically a man's fault. Let me explain something to you, because this is something that I used to hear often on that Bird app. And if this channel was, or if this account was to get bigger, I'm going to hear it here too. So let's go ahead and get in front of it now. Nobody made me anything. There is not a single circumstance that I am not currently sitting in and living in that I was not a willing participant in. Every decision, even though I could say in hindsight, I didn't fully understand certain things back then, I was still a willing participant in my life. Right. I still made poor decisions. I still did things I wasn't supposed to do. And now I sit in my circumstances, or I sit in certain consequences, and I sit in where I am in life now, and I look back and I absolutely see where I dropped the ball and where I made mistakes and where I made poor decisions. And I have to take that on the chin and just keep moving through my life, because I am no one's victim.
Someone left this comment on my last video, and honestly, they're saying what a lot of people are thinking but won't say out loud. 70% of divorces are initiated by women, and this person broke down exactly why men don't want to get married anymore. And you know what? They're not wrong. Men are just tired. They're realizing the repercussions of investing in women who aren't willing to do the work that marriage actually requires. So many women complain that there's no good men left, but men are just protecting themselves. They don't want to risk their finances, their emotions, or start a family with someone who might just up and leave when things get hard. Women have become unpredictable. There's no sense of loyalty. They'd rather listen to advice from single women or divorced women than actually work on their relationship. And divorce isn't something to be proud of, in my opinion. Unless we're talking about or infidelity, obviously those things are valid reasons to leave. But women would rather leave than communicate and fix the issue because they think having a difficult conversation will be the end of the world. Men are willing to stay and work things out even when it affects their mental health. But a lot of women choose their emotions over their family and relationship every single time. Men aren't the problem. They're just done investing in women who won't invest back. If you want a good man, be a woman worth staying for. Someone who fights for the relationship instead of running from it.
I've been absolutely obliterated by feminists for saying this before, but I'll say it again. Any woman who makes a false allegation needs to be on a registry. Like you should, because you have no second thought about ruining somebody's life just because they were a minor inconvenience to you. You are a danger to people around you, to everybody. You belong on a registry. And y'all are the ones that say that men need to go through mental health evaluations before going into relationships. Look at you guys! Masterclass at gaslighting. Sitting here convincing men that they're toxic while we are some of the most vile creatures out there.
The video. Here we go.
Why chase 20-year-olds when 40-year-old women already know what they want?
Because most 40-year-old women come with a lot of baggage. And they box be already used. And they might be good looking on the outside, but them insides be having a void.
And if a man tells you he respects your decision when you tell him he's done, he never loved you. He was never your man.
What?
A man that don't fight for his, he's not yours. He don't care. He literally does not care. That gotta be one of the worst feelings for you to go through something with a man. He put you through a lot, and then you decide to leave, and he's like, yeah, I respect your decision. I wish you the best. What?
What else you supposed to do?
Hold on. Because what? You wasting my time like that for real? And you don't, I promise you they don't care. It don't affect them right then. It does not.
Well, I mean, if you have been with somebody for years and years and years, right, and they dogged you out, why do you care about their feelings when you're leaving? I don't understand that. If you're leaving and you finally fed up because of the treatment that you were getting, why do you care about his feelings? Why do you care about, why would you, first off, why would you expect him to have some good feelings behind you leaving if he's been dogging you out the whole time? I don't understand the female logic, you know, and that's crazy coming from a female. It's like, why would you expect, you know, it's like expecting a fat person to not like cake. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. You're expecting somebody who, by your own admission, I'm just saying that whatever the case may be, who cheated, who not cheated, but who did you dirty? Who did you dirty for years, and you finally decided to walk away, and you expected him to have some good to say? What you want him to say? And that doesn't make any sense. The reason you're leaving is because he did you dirty, and you finally got fed up. Now you're leaving. What else would you have to listen to him, hear him say? Why would you even expect him? You want him to say, oh, you know what? I'm so sorry for doing you dirty all them years. And you finally got fed up and you really leaving. Well, I really would like you to stay. I don't understand. It's like y'all women complain about stuff, and then I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get that.
And it's almost like these modern women, they don't want to see, or they don't want to understand that a man does not want baggage. He doesn't want, and when we say baggage, we mean chaos. Chaos. We mean drama. Men know that you're going to have issues. They know that there's going to be things that they have to figure out. He got to figure out. He got his own stuff that he got to worry about, right? Especially a man that has kids. Man, I know I got stuff to figure out. Some of these brothers, they might be struggling with debt or some addictions or whatever it might be. I know I've got problems, but I'm going to therapy, or I'm in a church group, or I'm in a gym group, or a run club, whatever it is. I know y'all like to sit up here and talk about what men ain't doing and how their therapy isn't the therapy that you want. But the man is trying to deal with an issue, addiction, or a problem. Now, I'm not saying that you should go out there and talk to a man and touch a man and be with a man that, has got huge major problems, right? Huge major red flags. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is what y'all be looking for is a man to essentially take over your entitled behavior, accept your entitled behavior, sometimes your criminal behavior, your promiscuous past, some things that are huge, astronomical red flags that if somebody were to turn it around and bring it to you, you'd be like, I'm sorry, but no, not only no, heck no, I'm not doing that. Y'all wouldn't even think about it for a second. And so now you want to bring that type of baggage and chaos to a man.
I am married to a blue-collar man. Can any other wives relate to this? I have been waiting for months for my husband to come home and to tell me this one sentence. Since November, I've been waiting for this. The words, I took a layoff. Now, before that makes no sense to anybody whose husband isn't in the trades. My husband's in the construction industry. He's an operator for an excavating company. Every year they do layoffs. We live in Michigan. If you choose to take a layoff, they start layoffs normally in November and they go till March. Some of them don't take layoffs, or they give you a shorter amount of time. On Friday, this last Friday, his boss had asked him, hey, do you want to lay off? The problem is this job is really, really close to home. My husband likes to keep busy. He has always been like that. And he was kind of struggling with it. Like, do I really want to take a layoff, or do I want to just keep working through the winter? Sunday night, his boss texted him again and was like, hey, what do you want to do? The excitement I have been feeling, just waiting for that anticipation. I get to spend more time with him. We've already started planning a vacation. He already started his to-do list, not my to-do list, okay? Everybody's going to be like, well, you probably have a honey-do list. I have 2 things on a honey-do list that was from last year, but he's already started talking about what he wants to do on his to-do list. Here's to more time spending with my husband. I am so excited.
People think waiting till marriage is unrealistic, but you know what is unrealistic? Thinking you can give yourself away to dozens of people in your 20s and 30s and not suffer any consequences. Our culture has normalized sleeping around and test driving multiple different cars to see what's best for us, all while we're entraining our minds to want variety. And the day's gonna come, because it will, when you want to be committed to one person in marriage, and you are not gonna know how to be faithful to one person because you want variety. You really think a ring on a finger is going to solve the years of mingling of souls you've had in your 20s and 30s? You are completely delusional. You are going to spend an equal or greater amount of time unlearning all of that built up variety, or completely ruin someone's life because you can't stay faithful.
Unpopular opinion, not all women are ready to be led. Some still think control and guidance are the same thing. Some want to drive from the passenger seat. But I digress.
Nothing screams projection like the just wait until comments, because when I was obsessed with my boyfriend, it was, well, just wait until you're married. It's been 2 years and I still don't hate him and I still don't believe in the whole honeymoon phase thing. Now it's like, well, just wait until you have kids. Well, I'm working on that part, but I still plan to be hot and madly in love with my husband. How about we normalize marrying someone that you actually respect and not projecting your own reality onto someone else?
If you choose to be with a man who works a career that takes an unimaginable toll on his physical and mental health, like blue collar or first responders or military, as a woman, you have to have a very particular set of skills and speak a very specific love language. You have to have patience when his temper is short and his body is tired. You have to understand and not take his exhaustion personally. And you have to listen without trying to fix him. You can't belittle the weight that he carries. And you have to understand that he can't always leave the job at the door when he comes home. You have to know when to push and when to just let him sit in silence. You have to be able to tell the difference between weakness and a man that has just spent every ounce of himself. And when he doubts himself or has hard days, you don't shame him. You remind him of who he is and what he's capable of. He's not somebody you need to compete with. You stand beside him and you make sure to tell him that you're proud of him.
One thing about me, I'm gonna listen to my man. Like, some women see it as like a man trying to control you, but I look at it as my man is being a protector and a leader. Like, us women, we're very emotional, so we act off of emotions a lot. And men, they're logical thinkers, so when we be acting up, they look at it from a different perspective. So they just like, girl, you tripping, or you need to do it this way, or you don't need to do that, or you need to take that down, or you need to take that off. And some women look at it like, he trying to control me, he insecure, he this and he that, but he really protecting you from some whole other shit, or he just trying to redirect you so you won't fall off of your path. And as women, we just gotta respect that sometimes. Like, it's okay to put your pride to the side and listen to your king.
That's the thing. So many women depend on pride, and that's their fuel for life. So they can't allow this to happen. A lot of times men get the label of being controlling, and to me it speaks to the unwillingness to understand a man's nature. Because me, I would say, yes, men can be controlling, but not controlling in the way that you want to make it out to be. Controlling in the sense of being territorial, which is the natural nature of a man. And the natural nature of a man also is trying to give advice, logical advice. So when you're in a relationship and you understand your woman's emotional and she's saying things out of emotion, the man is able to sit back and clearly see and say, hey, this in your examination, your analysis of this is not quite right. Here's what I think you should do through a logical lens. And only women like this young lady in the video, women like this who understand the dynamic and understand that the man is not coming from a place of ill will or malice, but the advice, the suggestion on what he wants you to do is out of goodwill. It is a good faith suggestion.
One of the things that women tell other women to do, or they naturally try to fulfill or get into that lane, is, especially when a woman leaves a relationship or she divorces a man, is they try to be a mentor to that person. They try to be that friend that tells you, hey, I've gone through this experience, and because I don't want you to go through that experience, I want to make sure you link up with me. And that they'll give social, these are women online giving socials, giving numbers out to women that they don't even know, they've never met, but they're reaching out and they're connecting and saying, I have the same story. I went through the same thing with my man. I don't want you to go through that, or I want to make the situation easier on you. Connect with me. Hit me up. Some of these women are receiving free legal advice. They're receiving free business advice from women who are high powered in their fields, successful in their fields. Don't know this woman from Adam or Eve, don't know her story or the ins and outs, and quite frankly, you don't care. They'll give all of that information out and say, I'm here to mentor you. I'm here to help you out. I'm here to help you to make it to the next phase. But then when a man comes in and he says, hey, I see what you're going through. I see what you got going on. I'm here to be sort of a mentor to you. I'm here to be a leader for you. I'm here to be a guide for you. I'm here to try to help you as well as our family get to the next phase. I want us all to grow. And the thing about that relationship is you have a little bit more say so in that relationship than a mentorship. The only difference is y'all be popping off at the mouth with your husband. Y'all don't be popping off at the mouth with your mentor. That woman that you don't know, her life might be in shambles. She giving you legal advice. She giving you business advice. Her life might be in shambles too. She on her third or fourth marriage, but you're listening to her like her word is golden. And you don't know her, she don't know you, but y'all are connecting over a story that y'all think y'all were done wrong. The man in your life that had bought you the ring, put you in a nice house, taking care of you and the babies, and in some cases taking care of you and your family, that ain't even his. Don't be that cousin that always gets in trouble. Your husband saying, man, you know what, we don't got the money, but give him $100 to try to keep him afloat. And maybe we'll try to give him a little bit more next paycheck if we got it. Struggling on bills, trying to make it work, trying to do for you, your family, and your friends that are also bums and losers. But you won't listen to him. You won't hear a thing he's got to say. And all the man really said was, hey, listen, we got to pull back on some things. Hey, listen, we got to go in a certain direction. You act like you didn't hear him. All of a sudden, he's the enemy. Y'all got to get it together, man.
The best way to keep broke men away is to dress expensive.
So this is my wifely opinion. I was asked, why do men move on so fast, but women can't? Women look for perfection. Men look for longevity. Women looking for perfections are the main ones who are divorcing their man or breaking up relationships. They are never stable with anyone and looking for the next best thing. If you're looking to grow old with someone, you already understand it's not going to be perfect. Why? Because people are going to change. You're not going to like every single thing that a person is transitioning to, but that's the beauty of growing old with somebody. Going with nature instead of fighting against it. If you're looking for perfection, get you an AI bot. Meanwhile, your AI bot is going to look the same while you're getting older. What do you guys think about this?
Yo, my number one pet peeve is asking for some of my food or asking me to get them some food. Y'all think that just beg y'all for? No. They beg us too. Why the as a grown-ass woman missing a side tooth is you asking me for some of my food or asking me to go get you food? Y'all always want to talk about fat eating food, but we always got the food that y'all bitches seem to want to eat. Maybe it's a Leo thing, maybe it's a pride thing with me, but I'm not asking nobody to go give me no food. I'm always going to have food with me. All that standing around watching me, I could have a Chipotle bag with the Chipotle logo. Oh, what you got? Nothing for you? Can I eat my food in peace? Hovering over me? Like, that is my number one pet peeve, yo. Get your own food.
It's comments like this that remind me that a lot of women don't know how men communicate and don't communicate well with men, because in this video, he is using direct communication. He is telling you exactly what he thinks, the way that he thinks it, and some of y'all can't stand it because it hurts your feelings. But that's the problem. Men should be able to express themselves. They should be able to say what they think and how they feel, the way that they're feeling it, without having to tap dance around your feelings, because that's not the point. Y'all are not addressing his logic. You're not addressing his reasoning. You're only addressing how what he said made you feel. But that's the problem, girl. It's not about you. It's not about you. When men are expressing themselves, it's not about you. Can your feelings take a back seat for a second to allow the men in your life to say what they think openly and honestly? Because we swear that we want men to communicate with us. However, when they do, all you talk about are your own feelings. Why would I want to be in a relationship with someone who hears their own feelings over the sound of me expressing myself? This is the reason why some of y'all are single, I swear.
Why is manhood more likely defined as a servitude to women than womanhood is defined as a servitude to men?
I've honestly never really heard as men being subservient to women, but then again, that's my upbringing.
I mean, isn't the whole idea of chivalry putting women up on a pedestal?
Yes, but not all men are chivalrous.
But aren't men expected to be chivalrous? I mean, you know, you're not a real man unless you're a gentleman, right?
Well, there's a difference between being just a general gentleman and being chivalrous. I feel like being chivalrous is kind of going above and beyond.
We have to first have the confidence to go up to a woman and be open to the rejection. And we have to pay for the date. We're opening the doors. We have to be romantic. And we have to say the right things at the right time. We have to muscle through our pain and things that we're going through personally and hold up not only our family but our kids as well. But behind every strong man is a strong woman. So if a woman is not supporting a man in a proper way, how is he supposed to be strong?
That man loves you and he wants to marry you, but he will not ask you because you have that man believing that he has to spend an arm and a leg and a kidney to get your ring. I don't believe in that. And this is why. Baby, if you want a beautiful ring, but you want to make sure that y'all can still pay y'all's bills, you want to make sure that y'all can still put y'all's money to the side for that custom home that you want to make sure that y'all got money in the bank versus having money in your hand. Because I don't know about you. I see stability in the bank account, in the zeros. I don't feel stable just because I got a big rock on my hand. Quiet as it's kept. There are people out there with big old rocks on their hand with not a piece of furniture in their house or no emergency savings. Be smart. Look at how beautiful that is.
The driven man who's out there and building, you just work on your 3Ms. The more you get your mind, muscle, and money together, the women will flock to you. You don't have to worry as much about having trouble dating or having minimal experience because the more that you build yourself, they're going to come to you anyway, even if you're not the funniest guy, or even if you're not the best looking guy, or even if you're not the smoothest guy. There's a whole lot to be said about having charisma and being attractive, and all those things are important. But if you are just working on your mind, muscle, and money, you just keep working on that because that's what the driven man is doing. The women are going to flock to you. You just keep building that in time and they'll be lining up at your door because of what you've built for yourself and because of how well built your 3Ms are and because she will want to be with a woman like that.
Is the good man shortage real or just overdue accountability?
I don't like that question. I don't think there's a good man shortage. You know what I think? I think that the majority of people that people are seeing are in the low vibrational crowd, and that crowd is loud, but it's the minority. I think the good people you don't really see, and this is men and women, because they be in the house. They be working towards their goals. They be in the gym. They are doing things that make them better. And so they're not in the collective of what is loudest in society. But when you go on Instagram and what you see is people popping bottles every weekend, and what you see is people that only care about the bags and the shoes, it's no wonder why people think there's no good men. No, there's no good men at where you're going because you're focused on the wrong thing. Do you want a good man that has character? Are you going to seminars? Are you going to retreats? Are you going to the gym? Are you going to the grocery store? Are you eating at healthy places? Are you going places where people actually care about themselves? Or are you going where people are going to celebrate and spend $1,000 a weekend? And for what? When they struggling to pay their rent every month. That's crazy to me. It doesn't make any sense, personally.
Okay, so he wants you soft and feminine, but he has zero plan, zero leadership, and zero safety. How can a woman follow a man who isn't going anywhere?
You don't.
She can't. Yeah.
You let that man go. That man is probably 20-something for the record, because a lot of them young little buckies, they got life to live.
Them YNs,
you know, little buckies, they got life to live.
If I plan all the dates that me and my man go on, and I plan all the trips, and I plan our future, and I plan everything that we have going on, and all he has to do is hand me some money or hand his car to me, what has he done as a leader? Because in a relationship,
let's be so for real. This is a perfect example of why so many women's resentment build towards their man. Because what do you mean him paying your bills and providing you stability? Yeah, stability to be able to go to Ulta and Sephora and go on your trips and have the ability to just sit back and plan. Imagine being mad at having to plan a vacation. Imagine having like the audacity and the entitlement to actually think that your partner or your husband, your boyfriend is doing a bad job because they're giving you the stability and they're the anchor in your life that allows you to do everything like around you, and that everything around you coexists because that man is providing. But you can't even see that because you're too busy in this me mentality and like, oh, he doesn't do enough, because you're so hyper focused on everything that you feel he's doing wrong rather than the 100 things that he's doing right. But not only that, let's put this into perspective. Let's just say for a moment, he takes on the planning. He does everything. Guess what? If he doesn't plan it to the exact time, place, everything down to the last detail, a lot of y'all will still be, it's similar to how a man will help with laundry, and because he doesn't fold the towels the right way, y'all are still, which is why a lot of men give up planning altogether, because you guys can't give up your OCD and your perfectionism to let that man lead. It really goes back to, like, if you want a man to lead, you actually have to listen. And let's just put this into perspective. Let's just say on the off chance that that man starts providing, planning, doing all the dates, doing all the vacations, doing everything, then what the are you doing? Other than getting on the internet, complaining about what he's not doing, and making like a tally check mark. Like, imagine being in a relationship and your first thought is to basically make a checklist of all the things that he's not doing because you're unhappy. Last time I checked, a man that provides is one that provides stability, which gives you peace of mind to even be able to sit there and complain about having to plan something. And let's be so for real, this kind of mentality is exactly what's keeping women single, what's keeping them angry, what's keeping them bitter, because they are only doing things in relationships to get something in return, and they're only doing it with this expectation that men should be doing more, while they simultaneously give less and less. And it is like the number one reason that men are completely checked out. They don't want to deal with this because in their minds, if they're giving 120% and you're still going to about having to plan a vacation, oh my God, the horror to have to plan a vacation. Like, no wonder they want nothing to do with your ass. Okay, bye.
And that's really the question that men continue to arrive at over and over again. We can fly to LA. We can fly to Vegas. We can fly to Denver. We can fly to Puerto Rico. We can fly to Turks and Caicos. We can go all around the world. We can do all of these things. At resorts, cruises. We've traveled the land, searching far and wide to understand what is it that you bring to the table. What are you going to be doing? How are you going to be contributing to this relationship? What are you bringing to the table? Oh, I don't like that question. A man has got to ask me that. He's got to ask you that because you haven't given him an answer yet. And you haven't given him an answer because you don't know what value to provide. And you don't know what value to provide because you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. That therapy that you didn't taken, it hadn't worked. It hadn't taken hold yet. You still out here acting a fool. You still out acting like you ain't got no sense. That's why he got to keep on asking you. That man could be playing the game and he's like, so what does she do? I don't know. Oh, well, I do this, I do that. It's a bunch of word salad. That's what I'm telling you. You give a man some time to think. What y'all be trying to do is keep up mess. Y'all be trying to be in his face and keep up mess. That's what you be trying to do. And when you give a man time to think, you're like, wait a minute. You're not really doing anything. Like, there's not a lot that's going on. It's not a lot that she's saying that makes any sense. I know. Because she's a loser. And you got so much stuff going on that you didn't fit, or maybe you wasn't paying attention, that now you sit down and think about, man, this woman's a loser. I need to let her go. She's beautiful, man, got everything that I want as far as looks, but when I think about it, when I think about what my mama said, when I think about what my dad said, she's a loser. And that's the part that hurts a lot of men. Beautiful, but I gotta let her go. I got to send him back out the street. I've been asking this woman for a long, long time. What does she bring to the table? And it's always not really anything that has any substance. It's not anything that's going to make any difference in my relationship. I can find another lady out here that does all of that and more. I got to let it go.
Here's how I got my husband to say yes to all of my requests. This is one of the best relationship hacks I wish I would have known before I got married. By the way, my name is Ashley Lima, and I teach women how to draw out the protector, provider, leader in their man. So if you like that kind of stuff, follow me. A good man will not only pay attention to where his woman is at in her hormonal cycle, but he'll also make adjustments to make her life easier. Am I right? So I thought, why wouldn't I do the same? Women have a monthly cycle that affects their mood and energy levels. Men have that too, except it resets every 24 hours. So when you're on your period and you're feeling low energy and exhausted and blah, your man experiences that at the end of every single day. His testosterone is the lowest, his brain is soupy, he's the least motivated. This is the worst time to ask him for something. Now, I'm not saying he can completely check out and not help around the house or any normal tasks, but if something needs to be fixed, planned, or requires a big decision, it's best to ask this when he's energetic and replenished, which would be the first half of the day. Think about it. When you're ovulating, you feel energetic and sociable and like you can conquer the whole world. He feels like that every morning, so that's the best time to put in your requests. But don't forget to use your feminine communication when you do. And that's exactly what you'll learn in my program. How to speak from your God-given femininity so he can take some things off your plate without starting a fight. Click the link in my bio to get access.
Someone left this comment on my last video, and honestly, they're saying what a lot of people are thinking but won't say out loud. 70% of divorces are initiated by women, and this person broke down exactly why men don't want to get married anymore. And you know what? They're not wrong. Men are just tired. They're realizing the repercussions of investing in women who aren't willing to do the work that marriage actually requires. So many women complain that there's no good men left, but men are just protecting themselves. They don't want to risk their finances, their emotions, or start a family with someone who might just up and leave when things get hard. Women have become unpredictable. There's no sense of loyalty. They'd rather listen to advice from single women or divorced women than actually work on their relationship. And divorce isn't something to be proud of, in my opinion. Unless we're talking about or infidelity, obviously those things are valid reasons to leave. But women would rather leave than communicate and fix the issue because they think having a difficult conversation will be the end of the world. Men are willing to stay and work things out even when it affects their mental health. But a lot of women choose their emotions over their family and relationship every single time. Men aren't the problem. They're just done investing in women who won't invest back. If you want a good man, be a woman worth staying for. Someone who fights for the relationship instead of running from it.
How is it that the first lady, the woman standing next to the pastor, leading a church, can be mistaken for a video vixen and nobody sees a problem? And how do you as a pastor condone it? How can you stand in your pulpit preaching holiness, preaching righteousness, preaching come as you are, but don't stay as you are, and your household is looking like an Instagram nightlife? And then the women in the comments talking about, oh, she's cute, she looks fine, y'all just jealous. Y'all are bird brains. Bird brains. No discernment, no conviction whatsoever. If you claim to be a Christian, a follower of Christ, and you think this is normal, then your faith is fraudulent, period. The Bible does not say blend in. The Bible says be set apart. The Bible does not tell women to dress like the culture. The Bible tells women to dress modestly. Modesty is not about jealousy. It's not about hating women. It's about reverence. It's about order. It's about respecting the role that you claim to represent. You cannot lead people to Christ while visually advertising the world. You cannot serve God and still want validation from lustful eyes.
Someone woke up on the overly sensitive side of the bed this morning. But in case that someone wasn't aware, correcting people on their mistakes and pointing out how they were wrong and that they should pay closer attention to things before they actually speak about subjects that they absolutely have no knowledge about is not considered to be hateful.
Unpopular opinion. A lot of women are single because they simply won't listen. That man will try to tell you what he needs and what he wants, but you won't listen. That man will try to provide provision. You won't listen. That man will try to provide protection. You won't listen. That man will tell you that he wants peace, and you'll steady bring him problems and issues and confusion inside of your relationship. You won't listen to what he has to say. You want him to lead in a way that you want him to lead. Like he could be the quarterback, but you want to be the coach. That's not how leadership works, baby. That man has a lot to say, but you won't listen. So why would he continue to talk? You cannot expect for that man to fight you to talk and listen to him. So it's not that he don't want to communicate with you. It's not that he don't have anything to say. You're just never quiet enough to actually listen.
My husband is so busy. A busy husband is a good husband. What do you mean? You got a man that works hard, provides, and has purpose. That tells you he's thinking about your future. True, but what if I'm not getting enough love? Is that so wrong to want? It's not wrong to want his attention. So what am I supposed to do? Just stay quiet and accept it? No, you just learn how to use your softness to create a space that he's excited to come home to with zero pressure or guilt. Why softness? Because when you learn how to communicate from your sweet feminine side, he is naturally wired to want to take care of your needs. That is what I need for him to want to. Can you teach me more? Yes, that's exactly why I created the Feminine Reset course, so you can inspire him to take care of you while also building him up. Click the link in my bio for access.
Yo, yo, yo. Most people interact through their egos. That's why when you try to talk to someone, it seems like they are arrogant, trying to humble you, or purposely reject you. The ego is simply a person's internal defense mechanism. Women tend to deal with more romantic interest, so their ego develops to filter out men more. Our ego develops over time from when we were kids. Through our environments, through our relationships and experiences, it builds. Whenever there's a threat to the ego, the person reacts. The ego pops out. This is why a lot of women will never approach men. Women are often trained from a young age to never be the initiator. So their egos develop and they tend to only show interest in indirect ways. I've been with plenty of women and absolutely none of them have ever been direct. Maybe only one of them. The ego is never a bad thing. It is simply a defense for your mind, your heart, your body, your soul, your inner self. It is only bad when you let it control you, when it pops out when things are unnecessary. But when you instead learn to control it, to use it as a tool, you can have better connections and use it to your advantage. The ego is what dictates most interactions. When it's disarmed, that is when connection happens. Watch my YouTube for more. Join my Discord, Drizzle.
Here you go, black women again, comparing yourselves to black men. They're not even in my post. I'm the one talking to you. And you guys want to say, oh, well, black men are prisoned more. Black men can't keep a job. Black men create single family households. Okay, well, go say that on their page. I'm the one talking to you, not a black man. I'm clearly not a black man. So why do y'all keep bringing them up in their downfalls? I am the one talking to you. And all you guys do is throw paint at the wall, hoping it sticks. That's all you're doing right now. And you guys are drowning. And then you guys want to say, well, you know, you're talking about American women have low marriage rates. Well, we're both in America. We're all here in America. Okay. Everyone on this post is in America. So why are we talking about Africans? Why are we talking about the blacks in Europe? Like, no, we're talking about you American black women have the lowest breastfeeding rates and the lowest marriage rates in America. Why are y'all bringing up Africans? Africans don't have nothing to do with this. That's the thing. Black women, they'll keep moving the bar. They'll keep moving it. Once you say something and they're just like, Oh no, well, what about this? What about that? They'll keep moving the bar. But for everything else, it's stuck. It's stuck in place. You can't move the bar for nobody else, just them. And then you want to sit up here and be like, oh, we're more educated. No, 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 no. Let's keep it within genders. You guys are not more educated than Asians, not more educated than whites. So now you guys are, oh, we're more educated than our counterparts, the black men. Here you go again, comparing yourselves to the black man who makes more than you. Yeah, you went to school for 3 years and this man did not, and he still makes more than you. Now, what do I look like going to compare myself to my husband and being like, I make more, I went to school. He don't give a damn. He still makes more than me. I went to school to be a nurse and this man still makes more than me. Am I going to sit up here and keep comparing? Am I going to try to be in a competition with this man? Absolutely not. I am not. I don't want to be in competition because I cannot compete where I do not compare. That man can do whatever the hell he wants. Okay. And you guys want to keep bringing down black men for what reason? I do not understand. I am talking to you and you guys keep like, well, what's your reason? What's your reason? Because I want black women to do better. I'm tired of seeing us twerking online. I'm tired of seeing us with the lowest marriage rate. I'm tired of seeing us not breastfeeding our kids. I am tired of seeing it. I want better for the black woman and the black community. And so you guys are sitting here saying, well, why? Why are you not asking yourself, why don't you care enough to say something? Why are you okay with the behaviors? Why, when I posted about my son in the gift exchange, I'm the villain? Because I said I don't want him dating a ghetto black girl. I'm the villain because she did not bring a gift card or a gift or whatever it is because her mama came in the office talking crazy. I'm the villain. And you say, oh, y'all say I'm trying to throw the fact that my son has land, a trust fund in someone's face. She brought the freaking fact that her daughter has Jordans. I'm like, I don't care. So at the end of the day, even in that video, you guys found a way for me to be the villain. And that's perfectly fine. My son's the villain and I'm the villain. We'll accept it. It's perfectly fine. And that's the thing. Even in my video about Six Flags, they're just kids being sick kids. Even in my video about them jumping that mom, they're just kids being kids. No, they are not just kids being kids. At some point, the black community has to hold themselves accountable for their actions and the way that we are raising these kids. And on top of that, you want to say, oh, well, you know, black man, you guys actually need black men. You guys need a man. You guys need any man that's willing to be with you at this point, because the way that you guys are raising these children, single family mother homes do not thrive without a father in it. And you can say, oh, yes, mine does. My son's successful. Well, you look at here. That's a one-off. Okay. Statistics does not lie. Statistics does not lie. A father actually runs a household better than a mother because he's disciplined. Mothers want to be these kids' friends nowadays, and that's why we got these kids acting like this. So, again, I didn't went all the way off the subject. Like I said, y'all black women in my comments keep wanting to compare yourself to black men. When no, I'm talking as a black woman to another black woman. You guys ask me, why do I keep bringing down black women when I'm just speaking on behaviors that we all see? If I'm speaking on behaviors that we all see, how is it bringing them down when it's actual facts? You guys say, oh, you're lying, you're making up stuff. I'm not. These are facts. Everything that I said is a fact. Like I said, I may be a lot of things, but I am not a liar. You guys want to throw in different scenarios and all this other stuff? No, throw in some facts.
These modern women, what you're finding is they don't take accountability. What you're finding is, under no circumstance, it don't matter what area of their life they're in, they're not going to take accountability. They don't want it. It's not something that they want to excel in. They could, they could, because from what they tell us, they're academically advanced. They're more educated than men. They're the most educated demographic. I'm this, I'm that, I'm great. You see my car, you see my nails, you see my hair, you see my lifestyle. They're all of that. They're everything but accountable. They're everything but good people. They're everything but people with integrity. That's what we're looking at here. And that's why men take one look at them, maybe two, maybe three if they look good. And then they walk away. But then they're going to turn around and take another look. So by the time the man gets to his car, it's probably about 20 looks. And she bad. We don't got to lie about that. But your personality is also bad too. And the man's like, hey man, she bad, but whew, I don't think I can handle that. I don't think I want to be with that. Mama ain't gonna like that. Dad ain't gonna like that. For the older fellas, mom and dad don't even come into the equation. She not coming into my house, disturbing my peace. All this mine. All this paid for. My car is parked in the driveway. Ain't nobody come get my car. Every single night. My stuff is paid for. And you think I'm about to let you in my house with all your chaos? Get my car repoed by the time I'm done with you? And the car, they come get the car to repo it, and it's broken. It's broken. Windows broken. Car key. My lawn is messed up. Weeds all in it after you didn't come in. Because you stress me out. I don't have time to take care of my responsibilities now because you in my life. And I got to run behind you trying to figure out what I need to be doing. But you an asset, though. You something that any man would want, though. Men are intimidated. I sure am. I'm intimidated and I'm scared of losing my house.